A decent start, but not a great one. Here comes the second place Acura. Looks down the inside, a little bit of a lock up there.
Yeah, almost nailed the back of the other sister Acura there and took them both out. That wouldn't have been good. He just locked them up and just avoided. That was a scary moment.
Dragon Speed car all over the place, trying to defend further back from the wins. Mikkel Jensen, PR1 Methods and Motorsport, and like Duval is slow off the track, I think, for the fourth place DPI car. The leaders down towards the Western Horseshoe. Pink and white leads it. Meyershank Racing with Kerm Agajanian and Elio Castro Neves is a magician on cold tyres. Ricky Taylor tries to keep him in sight. There was a slight opportunity down at turn one, and we know Ricky Taylor likes to throw it in there. He's won it that way before, much closer to the finish than that.
Yeah, he certainly thought about it.
He did, yeah. Yeah, he did. A pass under yellow for car 54 drive-through. Also for the number 21, that's second place in GTD, drive-through for Nicholas Nilsson and AF Corsa.
Yeah, and second place in LMP3 too is number 54 car. Actually, I think he lost the position there to Maltha Jakobsen in any case. That's
Colin Brown. Yeah, absolutely right. So two significant penalties. Leaders across the line.
28 minutes remaining.
Leaders across the line at speed for the first time since the restart. Good crowd down towards turn one, sitting in the sunshine in the famous grandstands there. That's one of my favourite places to watch. Love that. Down on the transition. Here comes the GTD battle to that area as well. Plaid Porsche from KCMG. Leaders getting very close together indeed. Now that was a little bit earlier on, that was what happened. The 31 of Pipo Derani and Loic Duval disputing the exit of the international hairpin on the restart. Was the contact? Might have been there. Very close if it wasn't. So that one's going to be burbling away. 27 minutes to go. Live from Daytona International Speedway. Sirius XM 202, RS2 across the world. 107.9 here at the track. Jeremy Shaw with me, John Hindhaugh in the Haggerty Global Broadcast booth. It's Shea Adam and Joe Bradley in the pit. Under half an hour now. Castro Neves, Ricky Taylor, Acura from Acura, Derani and Duval, 31 Cadillac from 5 Cadillac. Nothing strategically now, Jeremy. This is all about the pace of the car and the skill of the driver. Yeah, the final strategies have played out. It was no tyres, wasn't it, I think, for the Meyershank Racing Acura. 2 tyres for the number 10 Acura of Konica Minolta, Wayne Taylor's team. And then the other 2 Cadillacs, Pipo Derani and Loic Duval, who I think did change tyres, and they also came in to take a splash of fuel a couple of laps after the cars that are currently running in first and second. So they have a little bit more fuel on board, those 2 cars in third and fourth. 23.5 hours since we went green, and it comes down to a full fuel, full rich, full excitement run to the checkered flag to decide the winners in classes and overall for the 60th Rolex 24 here at Daytona. The teams who have worked so hard through the more than 13 hours of darkness, they stand helpless now to do anything but watch the timing screens and the monitors and hope against hope that fate will fall their way and deliver them a shiny Rolex Daytona Cosmograph. The watch that has become legendary in motorsport circles, ironically designed to go to the moon, submitted to NASA for their space program. It didn't get the contract for that. That went to another manufacturer, but in its own right, it has become an horological classic. and none more so than the ones that you can't buy, the ones that you win here at Daytona International Speedway. 30 years Rolex have had their name on this race, half of the history of this race for the brand with the gold crown. And who will we be crowning champions this year? 2 Acuras from 2 Cadillacs, Castro Neves from Taylor. No challenge at the front of the field from Taylor so far. Remember, took 2 tyres, 0.8 of a second between them. 34.8, 34.8, 34.9, 35 flat, nothing in the lap times between the top 4. They're spread a second and a half between the top 4. No challenges so far.
No, and in LMP2, again, less than a second between the top 2 contenders there, the 8 and the number 81. So it's Luis Delatraz ahead of Colton Herter. The third place car, Mikkel Jensen, he's just fallen back a little bit, 3 seconds or so. Guido van der Garde can't quite keep that pace in a Racing Team Netherlands entry.
Not a cloud in the sky. Weather is not playing a part. The worry of the overnight cold temperatures didn't play as much of, didn't become as significant as we potentially thought. The track temperature now a toasty 33 Celsius. The Michelin tyres will be loving that. Plus, of course, we've got pretty much 4 days of running on this track now. All the series here this weekend running on Michelin rubber. So the track in its best condition for grip, as it has been since we came here over a week ago for the Raw Before the 24, with the qualifying session, the 100-minute run to set the grid, 4 free practice sessions, and 23 hours and 10 minutes of racing have brought us to this. In GTD Pro, Porsche first and second, the new GTD Pro category. Faf Porsche with the plaid car have been battling with KCMG, which seems to be KCMG, the KC Motor Group, and seem to have been battling for most of the race, to be honest.
Yeah, haven't they? Yeah.
Now, do I detect the pin has been pulled by Helio Castro Neves? I'll watch his lap time this time around. He just seemed a little more aggressive through the Le Mans chicane. They'll be looking at fuel numbers. They should be all right. But they'll be looking on the flasher, Helio Castro Neves, as he comes across the start-finish line. Got traffic ahead. Ferrari, GTD, right ahead of him, going down into turn number 1.
Right at the apex.
Right at the apex, right where he didn't need it. But to the outside, has to take a little bit of curb.
Yeah. Good job there by Nicholas Nielsen.
Yeah.
Factory Porsche, Ferrari driver, excuse me.
There goes your chance of the new LaFerrari there, Jeremy. Straight down the back of the infield through the kink. I can almost feel the nervous excitement from the pit lane here. Let's check in with Joe Bradley and first Shea Adam, parking themselves among the top teams. Shea, everybody staring at the screen at the drama unfolding here.
Yeah, very intently, trying very hard not to make eye contact with anyone and then get caused for jinxing anyone. But how about this stat? Simon Pagenaud has now started 21 races in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. He stood on the podium 5 times, never on the top step. His best finish here at Daytona is 3rd, and he and I are very, very, very much not making eye contact right now.
Joe Bradley, the 2 Cadillacs splashed before the end of that last full course yellow. Wayne Taylor, impassive. He's got about, you can read him as well as you could read the Sphinx. You wouldn't play poker with him, but are the Acura's teams noticeably more nervous than the Cadillac teams in this battle at the front of the field?
If they are nervous, they've got a great way of hiding it. I would not play poker with these guys. Everybody calm, just pensive, isn't it? I mean, I daren't, like Shea, I daren't even look at people with fear of Xing them. So we're just going to have to let this play out. And you know what? When you're a team and when you're on that pit perch, your job is done. Why right now, your job is done, and it's going to come down to the driver and your strategists who can all put their slide rules away, because now it's pure racing to the flag.
That's a good point, Joe.
Yeah,
done their jobs now.
And each of the last 2 laps, the fastest car on track has been the 4th place car of Loic Duval. 34.3, I think, both of those laps. 34.7 for the 2 race leaders, Castroneves and Taylor. And 34.8 for Pipo Derani. There's gap between 2nd and 3rd is about a couple of seconds, but still there's less than a second between the 2 leaders, and it's not going to be long, is it, before they get themselves up amongst a knot of GT traffic.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jeremy. Where are they going to hit it? Well, they're through the Le Mans chicane, the cars, and they'll start catching them now on the high banks of speedway turns 3 and 4. Good spot for Elio to go nice and high and start dealing with them. Here comes the black and blue car. Is there a hint of a aerodynamic drag, a bit of drafting as they come through the tri-oval and down towards turn 1? Oh, it's not a good look down into turn 1 for the leader. He's blocked with 2 GTDs, and here comes the 2nd place car right up behind, but there's no way through there. Do you go left or do you go right, Elio? He goes through the middle and threads the eye of the needle, and a big move down the inside into the International Horseshoe for the 2nd place DPI of Ricky Taylor. Had to make that. Elio Castroneves, not a hint of hesitation there, Jeremy. The road was blocked. Elio found a way through, and he's going to have to do it again, right in the grip of GTD traffic that is battling for position here. Remember, these guys are having their own scrap for positions, for points for the championship, for bragging rights at the end of this race in 18 minutes time. Yeah,
well, this is a tricky bit right now. This is the most difficult part of the race. 17 minutes to go. I don't think they'll catch the knot of cars again, so it'll just be occasional cars, I think, from there on, once they got past all of these GTD cars.
They have got the battle in GTD for the lead to get by. That's the next knot of cars that they have got to get by. And Andy Lally is just up the road for Magnus Racing, and then there's 8 seconds. Andy's got a couple of cars behind him, but Andy Lally, and then there's a bit of a gap, about 8 seconds to Jan Halen. Leaders then. No quarter asked or given at this stage. Nothing to be left out there. Use it up, wear it out. How big is the gamble going to be? And again, the leader held up at turn 1, going round the 44 the Heart of Racing Aston Martin, and held up again into the International hairpin. That is the Magnus Aston Martin. Now, can there be an opportunity here? Which way does the Magnus car go? Stays to the right. Brilliant driving by Andy Lally. Heads up, you'd expect it from him. All-pro veteran that he is, does not, despite him battling for a podium position, does not hold up either of the leaders.
He does not, but Loic Duval did get advantage over Pipo Derani. Is up into 3rd position. The Frenchman there in car number 5, that's the Mustang sampling car for JDC Miller Motorsports. So he's up into 3rd, got a couple of seconds to make up over the 2 Acuras that are out front, separated by, once again, 7/10 of a second as they cross the line. We talked about the fact they were doing 1 minute 34 second laps when they had clear air. Last couple of laps in the 37s as they negotiate that GTD traffic.
Elio Castroneves, closer than ever. Ricky Taylor in behind him, down to under a second. And again, Elio loves the high side, then straight back down to the yellow line, protecting the inside run. Wright Motorsport Porsche on the tri-oval. Through goes Castroneves in the pink and white Acura. The black and blue Konica Minolta car is there again. And for once, Elio gets a clear run into turn 1. But we've got the battle for the lead in GTD Pro right ahead of the battle for the lead in the other Pro class. And the overall, here it goes. This is a defining moment with 15 minutes to go. And Elio Castroneves, once again, has to summon all of his wizardry behind the wheel to somehow find a way past two Porsches who are in the heat of a battle that's been going for hours. He goes down to the left-hand side of the KCMG, the blue and black car. And Lawrence Vanthoor saw him coming. Oh, there's a massive delay for the second place prototype. The Cunningham and the Ricky Taylor car, absolutely nothing Vanthoor could do there. Held his line, and Ricky Taylor stymied, thwarted there as he went through that traffic. So advantage to Michael Shank's team, MSR with Curb Agajanian, Sirius XM. And the last 14 minutes on Sirius XM 202, 107.9 around the track. RS2, IMSA Radio at www.imsaradio.com, the home of Radio Show Limiters content in sound and vision for IMSA WeatherTech and all the IMSA series once again for 2022. It's going to be traffic, but pockets of it, as Jeremy said, to the flag here.
Yeah, small pockets, I think, rather than big pockets. I don't think they're going to catch the main pack again, though, so I think it's going to be clean most of the way to the end, John.
Changed in third in GTD Pro. Alessandro Perguidi pulls the Risi competition car, the Ferrari, up to third place. I did have a couple of people saying to me that car was going to be quick at the end of the race, and Perguidi is on afterburners at the moment. He's got 7 seconds between himself and the two Porsches and 13 minutes. How close can he get? TGM in for a splash at the end of the race. Fine run for them yesterday. Actually, that might be a drive-through. Well, they are at that end of the pit lane. Yeah, it is. Late turn into their pit box. Under 13 minutes to go. Helio Castroneves and the rest of the MSR team willing that clock to count down just a tiny bit quicker. On the other side of that equation, the Cunningham and Wayne Taylor team trying to slow it down to give them an opportunity. Ricky Taylor, as they go for four in a row for Cunningham and Acura. And Wayne Taylor Racing, two different manufacturers in amongst those 4 victories. The first Acura win last year, of course. Their first attempt at the 24-hour classic. Tower Motorsport down low on the apron there, and that is the leader in LMP2. Now, that's a mistake at the Le Mans chicane. Ooh. And there was side-by-side contact with the Dragon. Yeah, that was for the lead of the race. That was for the lead of that class.
Colton Herta diving to the inside into the Le Mans chicane. And side-by-side at the turning point there, I think there was. And all the way across the grass goes the number 8 car.
Elation in the Dragon pit.
That was a bold move there from Colton Herta. He was on the inside. It was always going to be the number 8 car that had a difficulty at that point in time.
Under review, that has to be at this stage of the race, of course. A drive-through now would be
the end of a Rolex watch.
The end of any chance of it, and it would elevate Mikkel Jensen in second.
No action
taken. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a clean pass. I think he was absolutely alongside him at the turning point. It looked like from the angle that we saw. We didn't see as many angles as race control either. So
true enough. Reviewed, no action. Ted Giovannis given the honour of bringing his own car. The number 64 to the checkered flag here at Daytona. Hugh Plum jumped out of the Porsche. The big Porsche battle in GTD Pro. What a success GTD Pro has been. Top 4 still disputing 3 steps of the podium. Faf, the series regulars, KCMG, the newcomers. There's a great story here, whatever happens for Porsche. And still in GT Le Mans, Jan Halen for Wright Motorsports there.
Those 2 GTD Pro leaders, absolutely. I mean, there was barely nothing between them as they headed toward turn 1. Number 2 car looked to the outside, there's nowhere around there. On the previous lap, by the way, the two leading Acuras both set blue sector times in the final sector of the racetrack. That's from the Le Mans chicane to the start.
Chance of the pass for the lead here, Jeremy, as the leader in LMP2 is among that. The two Porsches are side by side, and well, that's very forceful driving from Colton Herta, but he really doesn't need to get in amongst this. They could all come off very badly here. He's gone round the outside at the Western Horseshoe, and danger is averted. So the two Porsches left to resume the battle. Dear me. Per Guidi still 6 seconds back from that. I suspect he might have gained a little bit by the end of that lap.
Yeah, but he's not close. He's not going to catch him. He's best running the same pace. Yeah, under 10 minutes, that's right.
So at the front of the field, the gap is 1.1 seconds. Castro Neves to Ricky Taylor. Yeah, for a while.
No, since the restart.
Yeah. Like Duval in third. Pipo Derani 2.2 seconds back. Ricky Taylor not really getting the benefit of those two tyres.
No, well, no, that was the gamble. It's cool out there. If you've got hot tyres on, they're certainly going to lose most of their temperature running under caution. No question about that. But he knows that the set of tyres works well. Elects not, just to stick with what he's got.
Just watching Andy Lally, he's 12.5 seconds back from Jan Halen. I don't think that's going to be closed down, but that's a solid podium for Aston Martin.
Brilliant run for that team with a brand new car for Magnus Racing. It was a really good stint last evening by John Potter. Excellent stint by John, and since then, Andy Lally, his regular co-drivers there, Andy Lally and Spencer Pompelli.
Once again, at the front of the GTD field as prototypes going through. Comments, questions, points arising. Hashtag Michelin PRT for the end. There's contact between the first two Porsches. Hello, I'm here. Hello, remember me? Yes.
It's an 8-wheel Porsche.
Yes, absolutely, Jeremy, absolutely right. Lawrence Vanter says to Matthew Javanet, remember me? I'm still here. Don't think you can just drive away from me.
All of a sudden, a big gap for Helio Castro Neves.
3 seconds, and that is a big gap.
It was on the final sector, so I've got to presume that perhaps the second place Acura maybe held up a little bit through the Le Mans chicane, John.
And that makes it interesting for Loic Duval, who now is only a second away from second place as the two Porsches bounced their way and porpoised their way through the Le Mans chicane. Two identical cars, two great teams, and two fabulous drivers from a marque that is almost inextricably linked with this race when you think up the road at Jacksonville, Brumos, and how many times they've been represented here. And the mouth-watering prospect of a GTP class Porsche here next year to dispute the overall victory. But for the moment, the venerable 911 is waving the flag for Stuttgart and for Weissach. And for the GT department at Flacht, 6.5 to go. 3.6 seconds the lead. Helio Castro Neves and Ricky Taylor. Loic Duval under a second now from second position. Loic Duval with nothing between him and the number 10 car. They've got a wee bit of traffic as they come underneath us now. Traffic ahead. Ricky Taylor, danger, as he has to pass other cars. And Loic Duval takes a very wide line into turn 1, too wide, and goes off the circuit for a moment onto the dusty stuff on the outside. That's how hard Duval is trying in the Mustang sampling car. But it is one of the G-Drive cars that was slowing up just slightly. And that cost Ricky Taylor a little time as well.
Huh. What happened to Mikkel Jensen? The number 52 car has been overtaken by the number 29 car, and with that off for the number 8 when Colton Herta made his move into the Le Mans chicane, the number 8 car, is all the way down in 3rd position, and Guido van der Garde in 2nd, but he's not going to catch Colton Hurd. He's 9 seconds behind him. But
that's a great run for Guido, though, because they stopped really late in that caution for a splash of fuel, don't forget.
He started at the back of that pack.
To the outside for Lawrence Vanto. Now the cutback out of turn 1. Oh, this is as close as he's been. They're side by side. They almost touch through the chicane. And it looks like KCMG go through. There's a little bit of Porsche bodywork in the air. Oh, block pass by the KCMG number 2. And Lawrence Vanto leads, but for how long? Now it's the FAF car on the outside into the King. This could end badly for both of them. And eventually the FAF car has to give way. Leaned on. Broken into. That was a smash and grab by the number 2. Fantastic stuff from those 2 very experienced drivers, both Porsche drivers, of course, Porsche factory drivers, formerly teammates here in this race. Lawrence Vanto, Mathieu Jaminet. Vanto takes the lead. That was all into, or out of turn 1 rather, side by side into the International Horseshoe. Now let's see if the KCMG car has got any more performance. Side by side through that chicane's always going to be dicey. Almost banging wheels, Jeremy. That could have been disaster for both of them. There was 2 little nibbles there.
The number 2 car could have given the number 9 car more road coming out of turn 2 there. He elected not to. It pushed the number 9 car onto the grass. So the number 9 car, driven by Mathieu Jaminet, said, I'm having none of that, thank you very much. We might be good buddies, we might be Porsche factory teammates, but I'm not having any of that, so I'm going to have another go at you. Did
try to give him a little bump and run. Mathieu Jaminet, once he'd been past, it was the block pass into the Horseshoe there. There was a little bump that just pushed the KCMG car wide and allowed the FAF car back up on the inside. Well, there's paint being traded there, I think it's fair to say.
Absolutely right.
It's not finished out. And the KCMG car then back under threat again, down at the same part of the circuit. So can Jaminet do to Vanto what Vanto did to Jaminet last time around? 2 3/4 minutes left in the race.
And now the Ferrari is 4 seconds behind that little pair there.
Well, I didn't think he would catch them, but Jeremy, this could be throwing away a win for Porsche if these 2 come together.
Yeah, it's still 4 seconds. You're going to make up 4 seconds. Let's have a big whoopsie out there. But it'll be white flag next time around for our race leader.
It's on the same straight.
It's on the same straight, indeed.
Coming out of the Western Horseshoe. White flag next time around for the leader, says Jeremy Shaw. Where is our leader at the moment? Going up onto the high banks. He's got to pass these 2 again. The 2 Porsches that are battling. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden a Porsche Cup race has broken out in the last 17 hours of this race. It seems that these 2 have been disputing it. Great story. The team new to IMSA Racing and FAF, who have been here for a very long time, make a good case for either of them winning. Porsche wins out, of course. And in GTD, Jan Helen now 13 seconds to the good for Wright Motorsports Porsche, the 16 light blue car of Andy Lally for Magnus Racing, their first outing in the Vantage GT3. He's got 7.5 seconds over Scott Andrews in 3rd. And EF Corsa a further 16 seconds back from the last step on the podium. Big sideways slide going into turn 1 for the leader in GTD Pro, Lawrence Vanto. Last lap for the leader. Now, has the leader gone past these guys? No, he has not yet. So they might have one more go at it, and it's side by side in the FAF car. At the same place that he lost the lead, gets it back again. It's changed again. And Vanto has to do it all over again. Jaminet, coming out of the International Horseshoe, manages to elbow his way back to the lead. Oh, there's a little bit of a bump and run again at the western end of the infield, side by side. Surely not round the outside of turn 6. This could end in tears for Porsche. The Ferrari's closing in, and they may yet have one more lap, these 2. They have not yet seen the white flag.
All right, so yeah, I was wondering whether there were some team orders here. The number 2 car is not going for the championship, the overall championship, certainly this season. The number 9 car most emphatically is, but judging by the way they were banging each other down there? No, perhaps not.
They've both got a number 2 illuminated on their number panels at the moment, so they were both second across the line. I've no clue how that happened. The leader is not that far behind them, and they're off the track. And then a chicane, they're both off the track right in front of the leader. Elio Castroneves has to go through, and there goes the Ferrari. KCMG are down to 3rd, and that's slowed up the leader. That's an opportunity, maybe, for Ricky Taylor. He was 3 seconds behind. Now that will be looked at. Will there be an opportunity for Ricky Taylor? The checkered flag is out, and the 60th Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona goes to Acura, and MSR with Kerr Magajanian. The quest for 4 has been thwarted. The run ends at 3, and Faf Wayne in GTD Pro. Second is going to be the Ferrari of Alessandro Pagani, Racing Competizione, and Lawrence Vanto limps the KCMG car home by just a couple of seconds to keep Vassar Sullivan's Lexus off the podium. In GT Daytona, Jan Halen for Wright Motorsports Porsche wins it. Aston Martin Vantage, Magnus Racing, Aston Martin on the podium for the first time at this race. They've been trying for pretty much all of my life since 1964, the first time they came here, and the British brand, the cool brand, is on the podium. Magnificent by Magnus. In LMP2, Colton Herter survives. Brilliant run for Dragon Speed ahead of Racing Team Nederland and Tower Motorsport. And in LMP3, Riley from Sean Creech Motorsport and Core Autosport. Let's hear from some of the winners. Shea Adam.
Tom Blomqvist, first Daytona, and you get a Rolex. How are the emotions right now?
Man, I'm speechless. I never would have guessed. I mean, you always dream, we dreamed of it. We were quietly confident, but this race was up and down, left and right, all the time. I mean, I got in the car at times and I was like, man, I can't drive this thing. It's a struggle. And then at times, the thing was just the rocket ship, and I was just really in the rhythm. And they wanted to keep me into the end, but I was cooked. I was absolutely cooked. So Helio's won many big races in his time. So yeah, he was a good guy to have take it to the flag. So I'm speechless. I never would have.
Does this make up for the time that you couldn't get here?
More. This makes up for everything. I mean, yeah.
Eric Lux and Elton Julian, Dougal Elton. Eric, what a moment.
Man, I've been trying to win this watch since 2005. I've spent half my life chasing this, and finally came together thanks to Dragon Speed, Elton Julian, the fantastic crew, and my fantastic teammates, Pato O'Ward, Colton Herta, and Devlin DeFrancesco. I'm in shock.
This man I've seen turn grey before my very eyes. Let me get a word with Elton Julian, who's been hugged to death right now. Elton, now that's character building.
Yes, sir, it is. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that. Nah, it's good racing.
I watched you go grey, mate, before my very eyes in their final lap.
And hey, it's racing. I love it. Brilliant.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
They are climbing the fence for Meyershank Racing to celebrate this win. Trying to find the boss man, because this is now the second time that he's gotten to do this. Thanks to Elio Castroneves crossing the finish line. And Mike gets in there with Elio. Big hug. It's a familiar sight here.
You sure you don't want to finish?
I'm definitely jumping in. Mike, 10 years since you won this great race, second time you've gotten to climb a fence on a banking. What are the emotions?
There's so many. So grateful for so many people. My wife, Jamire and his family, Auto Nation, Sirius XM, Honda Acura family that have done nothing but support us. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so thankful. And we got a hot rod drivers. Elio got to climb a fence again. And I'm just grateful for everybody and everything.
It bodes well again for the Indy 500 if you believe in fate.
It's a big deal. Going for 5, and I'm lucky to be a part of it. That's it.
Congratulations, Mike.
Brilliant stuff. Parked up on the tri-oval, the Spider-Man and the Spider team. do the things the Spider team do, apparently. Mearshank Racing, the Sirius XM, Auto Nation, Acura, the number 60, and Elio Castro Neves brought it home, was never under threat. Now, in GTD, Pro contact in the Le Mans chicane on the what was effectively their last lap, which has cost KCMG a shot at victory, and they finish up in 3rd position. Robust driving just on the right side, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was certainly robust driving. It was desperate driving, is what it was. And yeah, they were banging wheels. I think they both gave it to each other on that. In that instance, the 2 cars on the outside. It's going to be awfully difficult to make a move there on the outside, but he just turned into the corner and the 2 made contact. Around he went.
Shea Adam is on the tri-oval with Elio Castro Neves, winner of the 60th Rolex 24 at Daytona.
Well, Elio climbing the fence at Daytona, how does this one rank?
Oh my God, this is incredible. I mean, I cannot thank, again, everyone from Mearshank Racing, Auto Nation Sirius XM, Arctic Wolf, the entire Acura people. They gave me an amazing car, and I just make it happen. I had amazing teammates, Tom, Oliver, and Simon. I mean, what a great, incredible race. It was very tough. I knew my friend Ricky was right behind. I knew his strengths. I said, okay, I never show him all I know. I never taught you all I know, but in the end of the day, it was a tough towards to the end of the race there.
Congratulations, a watch for each wrist.
Thank you. Woohoo!
Tell you how special that is. Shea Adam was running without anybody chasing her to get that interview for Elio Castro Neves. Well done, Shea. Joe Bradley is still in the pit lane trying to find the GTD Pro and GTD winners. Joe, where are you?
Yeah, it's as you would imagine, chaos. People running around heading to Winner's Circle, John. I'm going to try and get to the right motorsport garage and find someone to talk to us and give us their feelings.
Just incredible as far as that finish was concerned. The celebrations are brilliant. That GTD Pro, well, new for 2022 GTD Pro. Hello, thank you very much. We'll have some more of that. And what a great DPI race to finish the DPI's career, if you like, Jeremy, here at the Rolex 24. They've got the rest of this season next year. GTP, new cars, but what entertainment that class has given us down through the years.
Yeah, magnificent. That was just tremendous racing, and what a fast pace. The lap record was beaten several times during this race. Yeah, more than half a second inside it at the end of the day, and what a wonderful event.
No action taken for the battle at the front of GTD Pro, so the result stands with FAF Motorsport from Risi Competizione and KCMG on the 3rd step of the podium. Just to confirm, GTD, Wright Motorsport Porsche from Magnus Racing in the Aston Martin Vantage, their first go with Aston, and they put the British mark on the podium for the first time since 1964. Gilbert, Korthoff Motorsport, Mercedes AMG GT3, since 1964 Aston have been coming here, and they get it with a first-time team for them. But Jan Halen brought the Wright Motorsport 16 car home, and Shea Adam is with him now.
Jan Halen, Rolex winner. How does that sound? The emotions right now are just overwhelming. You've won Sebring, you've won major championships as of last year. Now you get a watch on your wrist. It's got to feel amazing.
Yeah, just so happy for the team, you know. We've come here so many times, and I feel like we've hit every step of the podium, but never the top step. So just super happy for the team, and really special to be a part of all this. Just really happy.
Great start for the championship too. First place points. I know that you're thinking about points already. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Shea, what a year it's been for Jan Halen. What a 12 months for him in his personal life and in his racing life as well. Fantastic stuff. The raw emotion of live sport is magnificent. Let's go to Joe Bradley down with the Cunningham and Alta team and their rookie of this race, Will Stevens.
Any other race series, Will, we wouldn't be disappointed with second, but there's something about coming second here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we came here to win, so anything apart from that, we're going to be disappointed. So yeah, it's going to hurt for a while for sure. Ricky did the best job he could, so you know we should be proud of what we did. Obviously, we wanted to get the win for everyone here, but congrats to Acura for the first and second, and it's a great result for those guys.
And it's so close, isn't it? Well, we'll walk this way. This is where you've got ahead. It's so close, and it could have come either way. It was the way the pit stops were flipping and flapping backwards and forwards between you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why IMSA's so great. You know, everyone's super close at the end, especially with those late yellows. It was going to be close to being a fuel-save race, but because that last yellow stayed out for a while, everyone was full gas to the end. So it was exciting. Obviously, we weren't on the correct side of that, but we'll keep pushing. Hopefully, we can go one more in Sebring.
Commiserations for second place, Will Stevens. Sorry, mate.
Shea Adam looking for the GTD Pro winners right at the end. The run through, how appropriate that the newly named Le Mans chicane with Porsche and the history that they have at Daytona and Le Mans decides between two Porsche cars who goes to victory lane for GTD Pro. Shea Adam is searching for the FAF Motorsports team.
Felipe Nasr, Rolex winner. You finished second twice overall, a winning class in your first time finally. How good does it feel?
I'm lost for words. I've been trying so hard to win this race I don't know, since I've been coming here. First time in 2012 and came close in, I feel, 18 and 19. And finally being able to do my first time driving for Porsche here, and having those two aces in the car. They did an incredible job. Matt Campbell and Mr. Jaminet there, they were fantastic all weekend. What a last lap. That was incredible what he did. And I'm just so happy we finally did it. And so happy for all of our sponsors, FAF Motorsports, and everybody that worked so hard. Finally got into victory lane, and I'm just, I just have to sink it in.
Perfect record as a Porsche factory driver. Congratulations.
Thank you.
These are professional. That's a professional Porsche driver there, and listen to that emotion. Yeah. This is not just another race. This is not just another job.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Love it.
It does mean so much to the drivers. There's so much history at this event. This is the 60th running of one of the greatest races in the world. This is one of the classic endurance events and has been now for 60 years. So that is something you want to get your name on.
Joe is with the second place GTD Pro team. Risi Competizione back to IMSA again, and Davide Rigon.
Yeah, John, we're just being run over by the winning car before I can get a word with.
Well, that's how we got
Davide.
the lead, in fairness.
Let's grab Davide while we can. Davide, second place. So I've talked to people for second place, and I'm saying commiserations, but hey, second place at 24 hours of Daytona, that's something.
Yeah, of course, it's our second time in the second place. We really hope to be on top this time, but we give everything, absolutely. So we are pretty happy. All for us, Daniel, James and Ale, especially did the best. So thanks to Risi Competizione and Ferrari, and we come back stronger next time.
Did you realize that what was going on ahead of you with those two Porsches trying their best to knock each other out?
Oh yes, of course, we was looking everything. Yeah, hard racing. Let's see what they decide, the steward. But we did our best actually, and we're nothing more. That's it.
David, you are second, I've been told that, so that's the official. So again, commiserations for second, guys. Same God.
Davide Rigon, oh, brilliant stuff. Pushing on. Did you know what was happening up ahead? Yes, of course. I was giving it everything. We're going to sign off here at Daytona. Our very great thanks to Mike and the team here on the PA. The formalities are about to start down in Victory Lane. Great thanks to everybody here. We'll continue for the world feed on RS2. Thank you to everyone here for making us so welcome again. And now for the formalities here at Daytona from IMSA Radio for you here at the track. Thanks, safe journey home, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. So we'll carry on for the audience